I like how I can see that down there. That's just a nice detail. Well, anyway, I'm the TheDarkSeraph. Trails in the Sky, 2nd chapter. Gotta go fight a big fucking ass. Gotta go fight the asshole that is Weissmann. I'm gonna kill this son of a bitch. Don't want to get in any unnecessary fights. I just want to kill him. I just want to kill him. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the home of all that is sacred. Joshua. You passed the final trial. Excellent. Excellent. Be proud. You are worthy to be present for the resurrection of the Shining Ring. The Oriel. Yeah, not interested in that at all, thanks. I'm here to put a stop to all this stupid weirdness, and I'm here to get Joshua back. Ah, yes, sadly, I'm afraid that won't be happening. What do you mean? Joshua, hey. No matter how hard you try to deny it, the truth remains. Joshua's mind is little more than a construct. The stigma on his shoulder is proof. Proof that he is of Ouroboros, that he is my possession. How dare you? Perhaps if Joshua somehow had somehow erased the stigma of his own free will, he could have found release. But alas, he never managed to get that far. It would be best if I kept him as a research subject for a bit longer. You truly are a mad beast, Weissmann. Enough of your foolishness. Goodness me, such insults and how impotent they are. You see, I suspect Joshua realized very quickly that what the stigma on his shoulder meant. Surely he knew something like this exact situation would occur. Yet he never breathed a word of his troubles to any of you, did he? Not even a whisper. And conversely, none of you were sensitive enough to notice his pain. What power these bonds of yours have. What complete earth-shaking potential. You. But come now. There's no need for long faces. You have been granted the privilege of being here for this glorious moment. All that remains now is to make the correct choice. Privilege, choice. What are you going on about? Perhaps I should start from the very beginning. How much do you know, I wonder? About this city and the events that occurred here with the Oriel nearly 1,200 years before our time. So that is the Oriel. It most certainly is. One of the ultimate artifacts capable of producing literally endless power and shaping miracles with it. But the ancients sealed it away despite its limitless scientific shattering potential. Why do you think they would do such a thing? I don't know the whole story, I'm sure, but the data left in the tower said that it was having a bad influence on the people and society. You actually managed to put all those together. That will make this quick. Allow me to play the role of professor once more and educate the truth on the matter. Millennia ago, Adius of the Sky granted humanity the 7 treasures. For brevity's sake, we'll say one utilized a facet of reality in order to manifest miracles in their own way. Humanity split into 7 factions, each centered around a treasure to pursue an ideal based on the powers of the given treasure. One such ideal was this liberal arc, a city in the sky with the Oriel at its center, a paradise removed from the troubles of the ground, where each man's gospel could grant any wish through the Oriel. Mankind lived a bountiful life here, absolutely free of strife. Over time, however, people's lives were swallowed up by the artificial bliss granted to them by the Oriel. Not just physical ecstasy, but even dreams were provided by the Oriel. False realities granted people long-sought spiritual fulfillment. The people of Liberal Arc dependent on miracles that were all a bit neurotic, began treading the path to annihilation. The Ark's inhabitants lost all sense of ambition and ethics and slid into madness and despair. Birth rates dropped catastrophically while suicide and bizarre crime ran rampant, and the whole of society walked the path of a slow demise. But the Oriel passed no judgment on these people. It merely granted the miracles asked of it. And so the shining jewel of the sky became a den of evil and chaos. This was the situation Celeste Oslees and her conspirators faced over 1,000 years ago. They built the seal in the device towers, even as they fought off guardians in the Oriel, which it sent forth to save itself. And at last they were sealed, not just the Oriel, but the entire city in another dimension. That's what happened 1,200 years ago. I never imagined. Much what I'd expect of ancient history. I will grant that the elder Oslees did quite well given the circumstance. But think for a moment. The cost of Celeste's victory was humanity being cast forth into a land of chaos, forced to start over from nearly nothing. Think of all the suffering man endured then and endures now as man savages one another with endless petty wars. Can it truly be said that she made the right decision? On the other hand, we have gained or regained orbital technology and once again lived bountiful, easy lives. At this rate, only two ends are possible. Either we continuously seek to dominate one another and, unable to control ourselves, obliterate each other in an orgy of conflict, or live like the people of old and sink into neurotic self-pleasure, let automated systems run the world, and live as farm animals. God, this is hitting close to fucking home with automation and personal hedonistic pleasure. It's probably intentional. Either physical or mental annihilation waits. There is but one single path for humanity if it wishes to survive. The beasts of mankind must be led to the point where they obtain the two things required for true enlightened sentience. A flawless rationality capable of resilience of any temptation and unswayed by even the fiercest circumstance. And peerless intelligence even capable of finding the correct solution unmoved by crude emotion. This is the true goal of the gospel plan, to do what even the ancients could not, to advance our minds to what they should be. Madness. Yeah, good luck with that one. I would so appreciate it if you would not look to me as if I was a megalomaniacal lunatic. Man cannot help but change and reform through fear when confronted with something beyond his imagining. In that sense, what better tool exists to drive evolution forward than the Oriel? I will guide mankind onto the correct path to salvation with this great treasure from Adios. That is my duty as one of the Anguis, my duty to Ouroboros and its master. Boy, I bet you're a real hit at parties. What's this? A flawless rationality capable of resisting any temptation and unswayed by even the fiercest circumstance? Peerless intelligence, ever capable of finding the correct solution, unmoved by crude emotion? What's the point of any of that? It seems someone was sleeping during the lecture. As I said, mankind faces annihilation through either conflict or mental entropy. The only way we can... No, I've heard the lecture just fine. That's not what I was talking about. What I'm trying to say is, isn't there something we can do about the problems you described if we know they exist? It's like Joshua said to Louve, we aren't completely powerless. They might be guided by flawless, peerless, whatever, but everyone's working together to get through the crisis going on right now. I've even gone across all of Liberl and seen with it my own eyes. Don't you think we're capable of getting along just fine without some kind of forceful grand transformation? Really now, irking out survival by flocking together is how beasts and insects live. Is that really all you have to offer on the potential of humanity as it stands? Is there anything else I need to offer? Is there a problem with being the same? I mean, we're living beings, you know? And hell, aren't I just talking about the strength of life? What? I don't think people are just animals, of course. I just think that living honestly with that spark of life from others as your driving force, that's what it means to live. People don't need to be omnipotent super beings, whatever you want them to be. People just need to be aware of one another and help each other out. And you know what? I bet the people who sealed the Oriole away in the first place felt the same way. I mean, sure, making miracles mundane and relying on nothing but them is really bad by itself. But the slightest problem here, often more than anything, is that it makes it so there's no point in knowing or helping each other. That's awful. Well said. All men think they are on an island, but in truth, they are made men all the others in their lives. By all the others in their lives. Whatever. Indeed. Still sticking to the mutual assistance argument by invoking the power of human bonds of all things. I would ask you to read a history book before saying such nonsense, Miss Bright. As an example, considering an overpowering, nation-crushing machine called war. Is man not capable of being ground beneath its treads? Absolutely not. In the middle of the biggest war in the world's history, my mother gave her life to save mine. And because of that, I chose the path of a bracer, and look at me now. I'm here to stop the crisis you caused and prevent another war from breaking out, all thanks and end to my mother. Hell, I'd say you just made my point for me. People are not powerless, not against anything. Puh, you're quite good at trite answers if nothing else. If you really seriously believe people are powerless, and you've really convinced yourself humanity can only be saved by you turning them into emotionless gods, then that makes you really pathetic. What? I mean, that'd mean you've never known joy of trusting someone or helping them. To think that your only smug satisfaction comes from watching people struggle. That's just sad. But even if I feel sorry for you, I am a bracer, and I can't ignore the fact that you're getting a lot of people involved in your pity party. Sorry, but I'm afraid we're going to have to stop you by force. You ignorant little girl, how dare you talk to me like that? Very well then, the professor would like to prove your theory. What in his eyes? Do be patient for a moment, everyone. I promise this will be a show. What are you planning, Weissmann? Joshua, forward. Joshua, no. Come, Miss Bright, do show me. You claim humanity can stand against the forces larger than it. Show me, prove you can stand against despair. Fine. Okay. Joshua, quite an impressive move. Leaving him with the divine blade for a while seems to have paid off nicely. It does always feel good to see a product of one's craft honed to an even finer edge. You awful. And now for the climax of our little show. Seize her. Estelle! And thus the strength of humanity proves to be nothing more than the house of cards before a hurricane. But I am an academic after all. I do understand the necessity of proof. So, we'll have Joshua provide the final test. What indeed? It will be a simple experiment. I'm going to have Joshua end your life. Once you are dead by his hand, I will break his hypnosis and return him to his senses. You can't. I do wonder what kind of expression Joshua will have on seeing you dead at his feet. Doesn't it get your blood pumping? Don't even think about it. If you do that, Joshua yes. This time his heart may just be crushed to powder. And if that happens, however, all I'll need to do is construct him a new persona. Then I can offer him the chance to become human yet again and observe the results. I can hardly wait. Stop it. That's just too cruel, isn't it? Come now, Joshua, end her. Joshua, I'm sorry. I said I wouldn't die. I promised I'd walk with you. Joshua, stop, please. Wake up, you damn fool. Stop it. But I believe in you. Don't give in. Don't run away from reality, even if I die. To be honest, if you did die, I'm not sure I could face reality. What? You broke your curse. Joshua? Sorry, Estelle. Didn't mean to scare you like that. What? This is absurd! He can't possibly have reclaimed his will with the... Wait. The stigma. What happened to the stigma on your shoulder? Oh, that. The stigma you carved into my flesh and mind is gone. Thanks to you, it has been shattered. How? I had a hypnotic wedge of sorts jammed into the stigma, keyed to a particular command. I've been poking at the wedge of my own since then, getting ready to shatter that stigma the instant someone put pressure on it. You. A what now? A wedge. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to keep our promise the way things were going, so I asked Kevin for a little hypnotic assistance after we crashed. This is Graham's doing, is it? I thought he was just some fledgling little squire, but it seems I underestimated his bag of cute tricks. A mistake I will not repeat. At this point, I owe him my freedom and my life. Of course, I owe someone else the same for pointing me in the right direction. Who else? Cassius Bright, damn you! Dad? The letter he gave you before we got on the aerosol. Yes. That was why he wanted to make sure only I read the letter, just in case someone else was listening in. I suspect your best chance of breaking the curse lies in Father Kevin's hands. How to use that key is the decision to be yours to make alone. Whatever. Win your freedom by predicting what Weissmann will do. Just as you'd expect of General Bright. Most impressive, General. Oh, for crying out. Dad could have dropped a hint about this at least. Honestly, I've been worried about it for a long time. I kept wondering what would make me... I kept wondering what you would make me do if you took control again. And so, knowing you, I decided to put everything on one idea. That you couldn't possibly resist ordering me to do the one thing I feared the most. And sure enough, you ordered it and broke the stigma. I am finally completely free of you. Joshua, you foolish child. If you had just obeyed me, you could have aspired to heights. I cannot advance you in ways you cannot even dream of. Much like how Estelle turned you down once, I really have no interest in any of that. Besides, if I've learned anything in this whole journey, it's that one's path in life isn't given by someone else. It's something you find with others as you search for it, no matter how dark your surroundings. Absurd. The history of man is stained with the blood of those fools who tried finding your path. Without a guiding light to shine on that road, they will remain lost. You're wrong. We use the light we give each other to find our way. That is how we found our way here. Through all your cynical traps. That's right. You do like your speeches, don't you, you shambling wreck of an enforcer? Show me then. Show me this light you claim will guide you through the darkness. And I shall in turn show you. The blinding light of the loyal servant of the Grand Master, the power of the Faceless, one of the Anguis. Bring it on! The one being blinded here is you. I cannot do that voice for long periods of fucking time! Jesus Christ on a cross! One of the Anguis, known as the Faceless, uses forbidden curses. Weissmann.
Come and get me. Yeah, come on.
Not enough yet.
Okay, I can work with that. She'll be back with absolutely no EP.
How does that go?
I'm getting sick of these things. And there she's back.
We're good to go.
Get it later. That was the sword of Ben.
No way this is over. Oh my, what a shock. To think that you would be so damn tenacious. Hey, Professor. About time you dropped the whole holier-than-thou act. Losing confidence? Pathetic. You haven't even realized you're standing on your grave. Weissmann, what the hell are you doing? I had intended to offer it to the Grandmaster like this, but I must change my plans. It's time you realize just what it means to oppose me. And I need a drink of iced tea. What in the... He wouldn't. He's fusing with the Oriel? And I am fighting a... whatever the hell this is. How's that even... This overwhelming power can barely stand. Oh, this situation, even better than I'd imagined. Shall we experiment then? The power of the Apotheosis' unflinching reason, indomitable intellect guiding humanity to the future. Okay. I am fighting a corrupted angel Weissmann. Hey look, it's a biblically accurate angel.
Yeah, come on.
Hold still.
That didn't work. Okay, that didn't do anything. There. A lesson learned, I think. A lesson in real power. This is nuts. Our attacks aren't even hitting him. He's got some kind of barrier. But if it's negating even our arts and our best techniques, learn, children. The Oriel is the treasure of space. One of its very, very many powers is forming an absolute barrier incomparable to simple orbital arts. You cannot even touch me. You dare toy with me like this? Weissmann, let them go. Those eyes, magnificent. You may be a wreck of an enforcer, but oh, what a waste it would be to kill you. I would much prefer to etch another stigma into the depths of your mind. Just as before, I'll give you a renewed sense of hope, then tear it out by the roots and leave you writhing. Nothing pleases me more than to see that shift in your expression from hope to despair. I do so look forward to it. I can't believe this. Forget bad taste. The only word for you at this point is sick. Who? Louve! suppose I should have finished you off. Though really, Lube, what are you planning on doing? Not even your dragon can break the Oriel's barrier. Suppose it can't. I did have a question for you though, Weissmann. Just how involved were you in Hommel? What? Now what a thing to accuse me of. That was purely the fault of the Empire's hawks, no? Why would you ever think I would be involved? Because you're a snake. You appear before people in their moments of weakness and whisper plans into their ears that lead to their destruction. And in doing so, you achieve your goals without even dirtying your belly. That's just your way of doing things. No, Woody? The ringleaders of the Hawks were nothing more than political losers who had nowhere else to go. There were a few questions I couldn't answer at first. But if even the war 10 years ago was part of your plan, it then occurred to me, everything made sense. I see. It is largely as you summarize. What? Of course, really. All I did was introduce them to a band of Jaeger dropouts. I knew and put their name Hommel in their ears. Just doing that was enough to push things to the war and bring the brink of an eye. Simply one more testament to the sinful nature of men. How many died because of you? Clearly, you should have met your death a long time ago. I think I'm going to be sick. I see. Essentially as I thought then. You're taking this rather well. Personally, I was hoping you'd be a bit more resentful. Have you forgotten? I've long since learned to stay my anger. However, you knocked me out from behind back there. That is an insult the Blade Lord cannot abide. That alone I shall be paying back in full. What? Absurd! Absurd! The Oriel's barrier is absolute. It cannot be harmed by... Wait. That sword, of course. The sword granted to me by the Grandmaster. Just like your staff, it's a demon sword forged through the divergent laws. Careless of me. Curse you! Get away! Get away, you insect! Too late. Oh no. Luve! Forget about me. Your path is clear. Strike him down. I am going to kill you, you twisted son of a bitch! No matter. The absolute barrier is but a trifle of the Oriel's power. I shall bring forth its full force and let you savor the despair. That's our line, you monster. Okay, you, as a bracer, as a citizen of Liberl, and more than anything, as a human being, I am taking you down. Weissmann, this is the end. Our final battle is with a biblically accurate angel. Cool.
Come on!
Agreed, Looper. Monster born from Angel Weissmann's flesh has abnormal recovering abilities. I know just what to do with them. That wasn't too bad.
My soul and sword are
Be quiet, phone.
witness!
Ooh, okay, you need heals like now. God, that wasn't enough. This one will be. Your tenacity is both impressive and frustrating. Frustrating, you see, for it is pointless. Behold now the infinite power of the... What is... The Oriel, it's... Gah! Okay, now it's a seraphim? What in... An angel? What is he... Looks like he's really starting to lose it. Come on, guys, take him down. Let's get back to Louve. Here we go. Alpha Omega. Okay, this is gonna get irritating very quickly. Weak to wind. I don't have any wind arts. It's immune to every other form of art. Now it's weak to fire. The music is certainly matching that. Still fire.
I run no more.
Now it's just vulnerable to everything. It's becoming more susceptible.
Take it.
No way! My soul and sword are as one, righteous! Witness!
Take it.
Well, you're out of reach of that attack, so whatever.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, that's something we gotta stop, like, now. Is it dead yet? I think that's it. What? No! Absurd! The Ariel is gone! This is impossible! Impossible! Oh? He got away. Oh, who cares about that idiot? Way more importantly, Louvet. Louvet, stay with us. Just wait a second, we'll fix you up. There's no need. You know perfectly well these aren't the sort of wounds you fix up. No, no, please no. Louvet, I can't lose you like Karen. That's just... No, I can't. Come on, chin up. You look like that. You look like the crybaby you were when you were a kid. That's right. I'm a weak, naive crybaby. I still need you, Louvet. Come on, stay awake. Just like a little kid. Listen, Joshua. If you find this unacceptable, then take a lesson from me. Don't end up like this. Don't die to protect what's important. Live to protect it instead. Louvet, Estelle, I must ask you one last favor. Anything. He likes to act tough, but he's pretty tender-hearted deep down. Now that he's truly free of his curse, he needs to become a better man. So please, promise me that you'll keep helping him. Take care of our little brother, okay? I was going to do that no matter what you said. Don't worry, Louvet. I swear to you, he'll always have a home with us. Thank you. At least I finally understand why Karen could smile like that at the end. Karen, you were just as as content, weren't you? Uwe. This isn't funny. You can hear me, right? Come on. Come on! It's finally ended. We can finally be together again. Please. Please answer me. Joshua. Adios, take him. Everyone. Is everyone alright? Wait. Estelle, Louvet isn't... Yeah. He is. After you went down, we were swarmed by archaisms. Just when they had us backed into a corner, he brought that metal dragon of his and turned the tables. Yeah, that sounds like him, alright. If I must say, what happened to Weissmann and the Oriel? Right. The Oriel disappeared somewhere. Weissmann's also gone, but he really lost it when the Oriel disappeared. It disappeared? Well, that could be bad. Define bad. Please tell me the shaking isn't involved in the bad. The Oriel was the main source of power for the city. You've removed the city's power source, so there's nothing keeping it afloat. Yeah, that seems rather bad. We should return to the aerosol at once. Good idea. I don't think everything will shut down all at once, but it would be best if we hurry. Kyle, Don, is the Bobcat airworthy? Should be airworthy enough to save our skins. We'll lift up as soon as we get back. Alright, everyone, let's move. I believe I saw a transfer gate near the elevator. We should form into lines to stay together and use it to exit the pillar. Joshua, I know you don't want to leave him behind, but we have to hurry. I'm sorry, Estelle. You go on ahead. Don't worry about me. Go. Get it together! Were you listening to a damn thing Louvet said? Didn't he tell you to live to protect what's important? I don't know about you, but I was sure listening. And I promised him I'd stay with you and help you. I promised you the same once too. If you think I'm just going to turn my back on that, you've got another thing coming. I really am a weakling. The sword. Louvet, I'll hold on to this. I'll deliver it to Hommel. To Karen. Joshua, Estelle, we need to go! Rest well, Karen. Louvet. Well, there he goes. Absurd. This is a farce. This wasn't the Grandmaster's prophecy. Unless... Does this mean I, too, was being tested? I shall have words with my master once I return. Sorry, but I think your question is going to be deferred indefinitely. Kevin Graham, what are you doing here? Out of my way, insect. I've no time to deal with gnats like you. The evil eye didn't work. Even the Gralsenritter training a fledgling like you can't possibly... Yeah, sorry, I've been putting on a bit of a show. I'm actually number 5 of their ranks. I've seen my fair share of fights. Granted, when you were at your best in power tripping on the Oriel, I would have struggled. But now, you don't have a prayer. Not that you do that anymore anyway, you filthy heathen. What? Locating the Oriel's been kind of a sideshow, as you might have figured out. So, Georg Weissmann, apostate and heretic, damned in the sight of Adios. I'm here to send you to your final judgment. I see. However, Gralsenritter, I think you will find it a little hard to fight the Faceless on your own with only... A stake? It's a pillar of salt. The calamity which turned half of the North Ambria into a sea of salt. They would let you use that just to kill me? It's what you've earned, you faithless pile of filth. The Church does try to stay neutral in all things, but we can't overlook what you've done. Now kindly stand still and die quietly. You damn dog. Dog? You aren't wrong, I guess. You know, Joshua, you're lucky. At least you can get out of this sort of life. Is that jealousy I hear? Kevin Graham, the heretic hunter, the Gralzenritter's 5th Dominion. I must say, you're just as cold as the rumors said. Ah, you're the fool, right? Sorry, but it's a bit late for him. You may have heard, but I'm merely here as an observer. To observe and oversee every single facet of the gospel plan and report the results without exception to the Grand Master. Weissmann's self-destruction is simply another result to report, and wasn't anything I needed to stop. I see. You Ouroboros types love being mysterious, don't you? Heh. And you accuse me of being cold. Ah, are the Gralzenritter really so different, I wonder? Now then, I'd say I observed everything. I found what I was looking for, so it's time I went on home. What? Well, good day, Mr. Graham. I hope we meet again someday. He took the staff. Found what I was looking for. Could he mean... Well, whatever. That's outside my jurisdiction. I should hurry back and rejoin the others. Well! I wasn't expecting that. Like, at all, I wasn't expecting that. Hush, bird. Hush. And so Estelle's group escaped from the Axis pillar while Liberal Arc began shaking itself apart. With a sudden immense reduction in orbital energy making the Halo rail unusable, Estelle's group headed to the air cell via city's underground passageways. Ugh. Joshua? Are you okay? Are you hurt? No, I'm fine, I think. Just had a strange moment of vertigo. Like, were you dizzy? Why would you? Probably a side effect of the stigma's removal. Kevin, what do you mean? Weissmann burned that thing in deep to the very core of his subconscious mind. Rip it out like we did, and there's going to be side effects. Vertigo, headaches, nausea. You're just suffering for a while, Joshua. Oh, no. It's alright, Estelle. Kevin made me aware of all the risks beforehand. What's the holdup? If you don't hurry, you'll be left behind. Right. You think you can run? Yeah, I should be alright now. Come on then, we need to book it. Estelle. Well, we're not going that way. You two okay? Yeah, mostly. Estelle. Joshua. Oh, for crying out loud. Ain't there another way across? This is the only way in or out of the pillar that we saw. Damn, there must be another way. Don't worry about us, you go on ahead. We'll figure it out. Don't be absurd. How am I supposed to look Cassius in the eyes and say I left you behind? We'll find you another way across. Sheriff, thanks. Sorry. No matter what we say, though, a gap like that can't be jumped. We have no time to get robed, so they are going to need another route. But this is the only path out. Actually, I don't think this was the only way. This island seems to be riddled with underground passages. There must be another one near the pillar. Yeah, we saw another gate. Yeah, that was the emergency exit. Okay. Can I please get to that? Come on, we should hurry. I doubt we'll have much time before the arc collapses. Yeah, let's go. Kyle said the entrance was just in front of the pillar. Well. There it goes. Took a bit to load in. I just hope there's no stupid fucking monster fights. I don't think so. I don't think there will be. Doesn't seem like it. That's a good thing. Wah! Oh, fucking hell. Damn it. Let's go back. Doesn't look like we're going back. Well, so much for going back. Yeah. The column won't support us for long, which means we're... Estelle, I'm sorry. If I hadn't tripped back there, you don't need to say it. You bailed me out when I was about to be buried under that rubble anyway. We're both screw-ups. But, you know, it's really funny. Despite how completely screwed we are, I'm not actually scared. Are you, Joshua? No, you're right. I'm not scared at all. Joshua? Can I ask 2 favors here at the end? Always. First, would you hold on to me, like, tightly? Of course. There should be a second in there, I think. So the Bobcat is going to come to my rescue, isn't it? Selling Bobcat. Kyle, please. If we just leave, then Joshua will... No, just said. We wouldn't make it in time either way. No. Damn it all. The very end, too. What is the goddess doing at a time like this? It can't be. We didn't make it in time. No frickin' way. No! Julia, please. Looks like the escape tunnels lead to the northwestern edge of the island. Take the aerosol there at once. Forgive me, Your Highness. Even on your orders, I cannot do that. The aerosol won't have full engine power back. If we get close to the city, especially under it, we won't be able to escape the island's collapse. Is that right? You're right. Oh, how terrible. It feels like I should say something, but... What do you say to such a thing? There are no words. Those two. Damn it! They were just getting started, and now they're done. Stell, Joshua. Huh? Come on, Dorothy. Try and show a little decorum at a time like this, but, I just noticed that Sieg is flying around looking awfully happy. Oh. The dragon, of course. And Cassius. Ragnar, what are you doing here? And what the heck are you doing here, Dad? Well, you did restore power to the entire country and avert a war. I shoved the details off on Morgan and decided to ask an old friend for a ride. An old friend, Admit it, Dad, you just wanted to surprise us. And it's a pleasure to meet you, Ragnar. Estelle told me about you. Thank you for saving our lives. Thou needest not thank me, child of man. A new wind swirls about us. I simply spread my wings and sailed upon that fresh current. Still, though, you really saved us. But hang on a second. I thought Adios herself told you to only watch over people. Won't you get in trouble for saving us? The charge given me was watch over man until an answer, a true answer, was given unto the shining ring. And such an answer has been offered up. The ancient contract stands fulfilled. Thus, upon hearing the divine blade's plea for a boon, I myself answered in kind. An ancient contract. Another little mystery, I guess we can let it slide. I haven't the foggiest idea of what he's going on about either. After all, Hardhead here seems to enjoy holding back details. Forgive me, friends. We of the Wing and Gale possess our own laws and statutes. So it is to say unto you, you know the gears of fate have finally begun their inexorable churn? Inexorable? I don't know. And in the ponderous cycling, no force can stop them. The quest is done, but the campaign yet lies before thee. Grind thyself with wisdom, you who hear me now. I see. No way. Is Liberl going to be attacked again? No, those battles are destined to be fought elsewhere by different people. But those are concerns for another time. You two have worked a genuine miracle today. Don't worry about what's to come now. You have earned your rest. Alongside your irreplaceable friends, who I think will be very happy to see you alive. Yeah. And that is Trails in the Sky, second chapter. What a fucking game it was. The song, I swear, is pretty great. There is an English cover on YouTube. I'm hopefully gonna remember to link it in the description. The woman did a great job with it. Look it up if I don't. Overall, out of all the Trails games I've played thus far, this is my favorite. Got the best story, it's got the best twists. Great roster of characters. This is definitely my favorite of the Trails series so far. What a hell of a ride it was. I sure as shit wasn't expecting Luve to bite the dust here, that's for damn sure. I enjoyed watching Weissmann fucking die. Hush, birds, I'm talking. If you have something to say, use your words. And I just know I'm gonna get claimed on the song because it's fucking Sony. I am not disappointed. I don't really have any main criticisms. Pacing I felt was a little off, but that's pretty standard for Trails. The chapters can either drag out or blow right through it. All I can say is, yeah, it's fucking great. Go play it. I don't really know what else to say other than I'm just gonna let the fucking credits and song play out. I don't know when I'm going to start Trials in the Sky the 3rd. I don't know. I will cover it, I just don't know when. But all I can say is, my God, it's been a hell of a ride. It is an experience. Highly recommend this. Okay, we have a cutscene. It's still going. Karen, I'm back. Here, this is from Louve. It's glad to see that smile, Joshua. I bet Louve likes it too. Yeah, Louve and Karen were as close as I've known two people to be. I think they wanted to be together forever. And now they are. Can I say hi to Karen too? Of course. Hi Karen, nice to meet you. I'm Estelle Bright. I'm well. For a little while I was sort of trying to be his replacement sister without knowing it, but I couldn't really replace you. I guess I'm his, girlfriend. You guess? That's terrible. Sorry, still not really used to it. It's kind of, embarrassing. Oh, for the... It's still very you, Estelle. So very what? Do I detect an entrade? What? Entrade? I don't fucking know. You know, when nobody else is around, you can sure be... There, sorry, I was in the middle of saying hello, wasn't I? So, I want to say hello and come with Joshua to see his original home. I'm looking forward to what's to come from the two of us. Thank you, Estelle. I'm sure Karen is very happy. I hope so. I know I'm still sort of a dunce and not the most reliable person ever. I have to admit, I'm a bit worried what I'd do if I ever thought you're not good enough to be Joshua's girlfriend, Estelle Bright. Shoot. I think you're overthinking it. If anything, I think Karen would have loved you. The two of you would have had a nice contrast in terms of personality. You think so? And there goes my entrade radar again, mister. So you're saying I'm not as strong deep down or as calm or as quiet as your sister, right? No. I really do think you're strong deep down, actually. Calm and quiet? Well, no. But I'm not complaining. Always bright, optimistic, and shining like the sun. That's the girl I fell in love with. Aww. What was that? You know how to go for the jugular with the embarrassment, you know? Did you not like it? Of course I liked it. That's not the issue here. Guess I don't quite get the problem then. Okay, we've said our hellos. Let's be off. I can see Karen rolling her eyes at us from the cloud tops. Yeah, I guess. What is it? Are you sure about this? You really want to leave Liberl and follow me? Oh. My journey to atone for my sins I committed in the Society's name is my problem. So is my desire to strengthen myself and live up to Louve. I'm still not sure if I want to wrap you up in all this. For the love of, you always miss the important part. Ragnar said it, didn't he? This whole mess was just the beginning. Besides, I seriously doubt the Society's plans are all played out. And when those snakes strike from the grass again, I want to be even stronger than Dad. You're not the only one who has someone to live up to. Stronger than Cassius, that's a tall order. Yeah, well, go big or go home, right? Plus, I made that promise to Louve, and I really want to see more places beyond Liberl. I'd just like to try and find Ren if we can. And... Still? And come on, Joshua, do I really need a reason to be with you? No, of course not. You're the reason you need all... You're all the reason you need all by yourself. Exactly. See, Joshua, what would you do if I wasn't around to point things out to you? You're right. I'd be doomed. Let's go, Estelle. I have no idea where this path will lead us, but I'm sure something awaits us at the end. Yeah. One step at a time, we'll walk it together. That was